Well, hello, AP Physics again. So we are on our second day, and hopefully yesterday everything made sense for you. You got yourself into the class and kind of figured out what's going on. So just to reiterate a few things, a lot of what we're going to do in class is following through this agenda. So using the calendar here, we're on the second day, we're on our asynchronous day, and you can just look at it and you can see, okay, here's the basic lesson. Here are some of the things that are due. Here are some of the links that we have. Okay, and that'll just keep you coordinated with what's going on in class. And then obviously using Google Classroom. This is where we're going to be doing a lot of our work. So because this is the asynchronous day, this is the day when normally after today, you would be working on your own and I would be teaching the other half of our class. And during that time, I can't really answer questions because I'm going to be busy with the class. But you can still ask questions using the comment functions in Google Classroom. And I will get back to you. Just don't expect me to get back to you right away. Okay. So so again, we're like in this link here, clicking out, we get the agenda, the PowerPoint slides. And notice that we have our asynchronous day and our synchronous day. Last time we did the synchronous day, you just scroll on down here. And then we're at our asynchronous day, which is today. Okay. All right. So today, I want you to be good about the whole using class comments and private comments. So in Google Classroom, there are spaces in our lesson for the day where you can just you'll see it says class comment, and you can just write a comment there and the whole class can see it. So those are the kind of questions you should put in there if you think the whole class would benefit from it. And then in your own particular assignments, if you're working on something and you're in your assignment, then you can go to private comments right there. And you could just put a comment in that would just go to between me and you, and no one else would see that. So just remember, on these asynchronous days, that's going to be my main way of communicating with you. But because I'll be teaching, I can't really get to you right away all the time. So just be ready for that. And one thing I would suggest is we're going to really be working with this idea of getting to know our partners and getting contact with our partners. And so go ahead and get those partners that we had already established last class and work with them again today. You can work with them on all the stuff that we're going to do. Okay. And they can help you with questions also. All right, so in AP Physics, we have a summer homework assignment that's due, and you're going to want to have this done by next week. So go ahead and take a look at the summer homework assignment. The link is right there in Google Classroom, and there's just going to be some questions that you'll fill out based on a reading and some notes that we do. Okay. Next one here is the safety contract. Everybody's got to do this every year in science, and it's just a form to fill out, and it's real simple. You can just take a look. It's just a bunch of questions. Actually, that's not the safety contract. Let me show it to you. So it's right over here, and there it is. So safety contract here is just this form, and you just fill out the yeses and nos, and you want your parents to go ahead and sign the form there at one point. And then you're done. It does ask you a question in there, like, where do you know where the eye wash and the shower and the fire blanket, the fire extinguisher, and the first aid kit are? And in this video right here, I walked around the class and showed you where all that stuff is. So go ahead and sign that. Okay, that'll be due. Real easy assignment to get a good grade on. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get into an assignment today with our partners. So get together with your 3 partners, and you're going to be doing this assignment in Google Classroom, and only one of your partners has to do it, but write all 3 partners' names on there. And that way I can go ahead and say, okay, this one here was done by all you guys. And then the other 2 who have missing assignments in that category, I know it's not really missing. Okay, so don't worry about it being missing. It won't be, as long as you put your names on one person's assignment. All right, now the first part of this assignment is the sense of scale activity. This activity right here is kind of fun, and it's just a few questions to go with it. And it looks kind of like this. Now, it's possible that your browser will say you need to load Flash to make this work. And if that's the case, just go ahead and load the Flash. It's okay. Sometimes you have to go into settings in your browser to enable Flash. And if you just click this English one, if you want it to be in English, and push start, and it's just going to show you like different objects in the universe. And what you do is you click like on a basketball, and it'll tell you about the basketball, and it puts it in its order of operation. And there's actually a spot under my picture over here where it shows you what order of magnitude you're in. Okay, that's what I meant to say, order of magnitude. And so notice that the ball is in the order of magnitude of 2.4 times 10 to the negative 1 meters. All right, and then it tells you a little bit about the ball. And then you're going to pick 6 objects total, but go ahead and take a look at the program. So if I go into the small world, I could pick objects that are way down here in the small lengths that are in like femtometers and stuff like that, like a uranium nucleus right there. Okay, and I could find out about it. I could look at its order of magnitude, or I could go way out into space and go into the big worlds, and I could say, "Whoa, what's going on out here? What is this thing here? This homunculus nebula?" And I could learn about how big it is and what's going on with it. So that'll be our first thing. So just getting a sense of scale of what's going on in the universe, and then we're going to go from there in this um, Google Classroom assignment, and you're going to go ahead and go to the Fermi problem assignment. And this is where you're going to work with your partners. And you're going to develop one really interesting question that you could then do some approximations and go through like a process to come up with an educated guess about the answer that you're trying to find. And so it kind of walks you through this whole process. And it's kind of a fun assignment to do with your partners. And that'll be easy. Get that done. And then the last thing to do to wrap up this week here is just to firm up your knowledge about what we're working on with the math. It's in physics. And there's a reading. And then there's an assignment in Google Classroom called scientific notation and some prefixes that you'll do individually. And that's the last little bit right here to kind of like firm everything up. And then next week we'll have a quiz that'll deal with the math concepts that we worked on over the last 2 days. So that's it. That's the start of our first 2 days in physics. You guys have a great day. It's a great day to be a Lakewood Tiger. Rawr.